You don't actually hate being broken. You just hate the results of it. Because if you were really done with being lost, you would have changed by now. But instead, you wear it, like it's part of your identity. I'm just going through it. I've had it hard. I'm healing. Yeah, but at some point, healing turns into hiding, and that's where you've been. Hiding behind potential, hiding behind trauma, hiding behind the story of how hard it's been. And low-key, you've started romanticizing it. The late-night scrolling, the sad playlists, the deep conversations about how messed up life is. It feels real. It feels intense. It feels meaningful. But it's not moving you forward. And you know that. You feel behind. Like everyone else got the manual, and you didn't. Your friends are leveling up. Careers taking off. Relationships solid. Bodies transforming. And you're still trying to figure it out. You say you're ambitious, but your habits don't match it. You say you want more, but your actions are comfortable. That gap, that's what's eating you alive. It's not that you're incapable, it's that you're inconsistent. And instead of facing that, you tell yourself a better story. I'm just different. I move at my own pace. I'm building silently. But are you building, or are you coping? Be honest. Because deep down, you know the answer. You're not stuck because you're broken. You're stuck because broken feels familiar. It gives you permission. Permission to delay. Permission to avoid. Permission to not fully try. If you go all in and fail, that's scary. But if you never go all in, you can always say, I never really tried. That protects your ego. That protects your image. But it destroys your future. Distraction is easier than discipline. Comfort is easier than confrontation. And you've been choosing easier. Not because you're weak, because you're human. But humans who win learn to override that. There was a guy, let's call him Marcus. No crazy talent, no rich parents, no viral moment. Just frustration. He was 27, still living in the same apartment, same excuses, same half-finished goals. Every year he'd say, "This is my year." And every year, nothing changed. Not because he didn't want it, but because he loved the idea of being the underdog. It made him feel deep. It made him feel like the main character, struggling, overthinking, talking about his comeback. But one night, sitting alone in his car after work, he had this quiet realization. Nobody was coming. Not a mentor, not a miracle, not motivation. And he asked himself one brutal question. What if I'm not broken? Just undisciplined? That hit different. Because broken means sympathy. Undisciplined means responsibility. And responsibility is heavy, but it's powerful. That night he didn't post a quote, didn't tell anyone he was changing. He just set his alarm for 5:30 a.m. And when it went off, he didn't negotiate. That was the shift. Not hype, not inspiration. Execution. Small, boring, daily execution. Gym, work, skill building. No announcements. Weeks passed. Nothing dramatic happened. No glow-up montage. Just repetition. But slowly, his mind got quieter. Because discipline silences doubt. His confidence grew. Not from affirmations, from proof.
proof that he could do hard things. Months later, people started noticing. "Bro, you look different." Yeah, because he stopped romanticizing the struggle and started respecting the process.
Here's the truth you might not like. No one cares how hard it's been for you. They care what you do next. The world doesn't reward pain. It rewards output. It rewards consistency. It rewards people who show up when it's inconvenient. You can journal about your trauma for 5 years, or you can build something in 5 years. Both are hard, but only one changes your life. You don't need more motivation. You need standards. Standards for how you spend your time. Standards for who you hang around. Standards for how you treat your body. And if your current life doesn't match your goals, that's not a curse. That's feedback. Stop taking it personally. Take it seriously. Being behind is not a life sentence. It's a starting point. You're not late. You're just early in your discipline. And discipline is trainable. Not sexy, not glamorous. Trainable. You don't fix your life in a week. You fix your life in a day, then repeat it. One clean day. No excuses. No, I'll start Monday. Just today. Win the morning. Win the workout. Win the focused hour. Stack those. That's how identity changes. Not by thinking different, by acting different, over and over, until the old version of you feels unfamiliar. So here's what you're going to do. Stop announcing your comeback. Start building it. Delete the distractions. Tighten your circle. Go to sleep earlier. Wake up when you said you would. Move your body. Eat like someone who respects themselves. Work on the skill that scares you, even when it's boring, especially when it's boring. Track your habits, not your feelings. Feelings change. Standards don't. And when you mess up, because you will, don't spiral. Reset. Immediately. No drama, no identity crisis. Just adjust and continue. That's power. You want to know what's really attractive? Control. Calm, controlled effort. Not chaos, not emotional roller coasters. Control over your impulses. Control over your time. Control over your reactions. That's grown. That's dangerous. That's rare. Most people are addicted to intensity. You need to get addicted to progress. Quiet progress. The kind nobody claps for. The kind that feels lonely at first. The kind that builds real leverage. Because one day, all those invisible days compound. And suddenly, you're not behind anymore. You're ahead. Not because you were special, because you were consistent. This is your wake-up call. Not aggressive, not dramatic. Clear. You are not broken. You are undisciplined in specific areas, and that's fixable. But only if you stop protecting the old version of you. Only if you stop finding comfort in the chaos. Only if you stop telling the story of how hard it's been, and start writing the story of what you're building. Nobody is coming to validate your struggle. Nobody is coming to rescue your potential. It's you, in the quiet, in the early mornings, in the moments when quitting would be easy. That's where your future is decided, not in your thoughts, in your actions. So stop romanticizing being broken. Stop treating your inconsistency like personality. Stop confusing emotion with effort. You don't need a new year. You need a new standard. And that decision, it doesn't happen loudly. It happens internally, right now. A calm choice. I'm done playing small. I'm done hiding behind my story. I'm done being almost. No applause, no announcement. Just a shift. From fragile to focused. From chaotic to controlled. From broken to building. And once you make that shift, you don't go back. Because now you know, you were never broken. You were just undisciplined. And now, you're different.